Record. Okay, recording. Okay, so I'm like super excited for what I'm about to share with you. This is something new that I've been trying, and I wanted to give it a little more time to try it out before sharing, because originally we weren't going to have a call tonight, but because unfortunately Ashley's dog's sick, we are. So I've been doing this for a few days now. One, it's so simple. Two, I've heard from so many like top coaches that they spend the most time growing their network and like networking, not necessarily having those like nitpicky back and forth conversations, but really just like growing their network and engaging with people through social media that way. And so I started like digging into this that I learned from another coach. And again, it's so simple. Doesn't take a lot of time. I've done it like 4 different times today, gone through the cycle of this. So take notes. And then I'm also, you'll have this call as the recording, but I actually learned it from a training in the Beachbody Champions page that I will share to our team page. So if you want to watch her more in depth, it's an hour long. I'm not going to go for an hour tonight. But she talks a little more in depth than what I'm going to, but just to like break it down and get you to start going with it. So the thing with tonight's call is networking, connecting, and inviting. So to kind of get away from all of those cold messages, I really think that, when you get to Diamond, you should be able to do that with your warm market or your lukewarm market, right? You don't need a huge following to get to Diamond because it's only 8 people and then 2 of those people getting 2 people, right? So 8 people. But growing above and beyond and like building a business is going to come from your cold market and warming them up and having an inviting page and bringing people in. So there's like 10-ish, 6, 7, 8 steps in this. And it's like a step-by-step thing to do in order based off the call. So that's why I want you to take notes and know that there's like an order for a reason to this and kind of going through it all. But again, it's so simple. I'm just so excited. Okay. So the first one, number 1, is to create an engaging post. And so things, just create some type of engagement where you're asking for people's opinions, or you are asking, just like to get people to comment on it or engage with your post. I'm just making sure I locked my door because I heard Blair outside. Okay, so create some type of an engaging post to help people engage with you. And I like to, when I'm creating an engagement post, so yesterday I did one where I was like talking about my pregnancy, and people are like all about my pregnancy right now. Like I've gotten so much love on it, and I'm like, okay, can you love on my other stuff? But I asked people like, how soon did you start showing, whether it's your first or your second pregnancy? And I had so many comments on both Facebook and Instagram. So that's just an example, like, it doesn't have to be fitness related, just like something that is going on in your life, or like a certain brand that you like, or a type of makeup, or, it can be absolutely anything that's going to create some engagement. I really encourage you to post about stuff that's not necessarily like all inspiration and coaching related and fitness related, but really about you and like what's going on in your life, to give people a look inside of your life and like your personality and who you are. So that's number 1. And what I actually want you to do is I want you to pull up your Instagram right now, because I learned something new that's really cool, I think, is if you get into like a creative mode, if you're somebody who creates posts and content in advance, this is like amazing. So go to your Instagram and click on the add button like you're going to create a post. And you're not actually going to post it, so don't worry. And then just pick any picture, hit next, and then next again. Type up just like some caption like, hi, how's it going? Just for example purposes. Mine's like a picture of my food from earlier. Okay. Click OK. Okay, so it's like this, like, like you're about to post it, but I haven't posted it yet. My next option is to share it, but I'm not going to share it. Click the back button and the back button again, and click Save Draft. So you can have these drafts, so then next time you go to post, you can have this like queue of posts set up here that are saved and ready to rock and roll. So this morning I wrote my post in the morning and I just saved it as a draft, had an alarm go off because my hot time is 3 o'clock. And I just went into my drafts and hit post. So if you're somebody that kind of plans ahead, that's just a neat trick that I just now learned. And especially since we're not allowed to use like third-party tools and Instagram is like cracking down, that's right within Instagram, and can help you to plan if you're somebody who does write your posts in advance. I don't always, but if I'm feeling creative in the morning and I have something in my mind, then I used to like write it in my Facebook Messenger and like just send myself a Facebook message. But now you can do that and it's like super convenient. Okay, so number 1 was create an engaging post. Number 2, so either tomorrow or, I think these number 2 can kind of be like whenever, is to create a poll. So in your stories, and not something, like, do you want to join my boot camp? Yes, more info, please. Like not inviting them to anything, but it can be something as simple as, did you work out today? I've been trying to do so many polls lately just to get people engaging on my stuff because people like to tap, they like to give their opinions. I asked people today, I've been getting a lot of questions about my hair situation lately, so I asked them if I did a tutorial, would you prefer if I did it live or as just a regular Instagram story? And then I asked people just before we hopped on, like, do you wear pajamas or just sweats and a shirt? Because I got my like first set of like real pajamas. It's 2020. What are we doing here? And so, just like engaging things like that are not an invitation, to get people engaging on your stuff, and then those people, you can go and engage with them, and you're building more of a connection that way and bringing more people into your Instagram stories where that's more of the behind the scenes kind of stuff. Like stuff that's just not, like I said, not an invitation. One, so many more people are going to engage on it. Like I did a poll last night about The Bachelor. I don't know if any of you guys watch. I know, Jordan, you used to, or do you still? Yeah. So I asked people like, whose side are you on, Sydney's or Alea's? And I think I had 300 people vote on that. Like, and I've never had that many people vote on that. That's super like out of the norm, but people love The Bachelor. And it's a hot topic, and and so it's just getting people to my stuff. So create engaging posts, create a poll that's simple and interactive. And again, it can just be something as simple as, did you work out today? Yes, or not yet, but I'm going to, or yes, or yes. Like I like to not give people the opportunity to give me negative feedback. So I never will say yes or no kind of thing. So there's that. And then after that, this is where like the networking kind of really starts in terms of like growing your following and connect with people and all of that. And so number 1 in terms of like the activity is follow, unfollow. So you're going to do this every time you do this. If you do it a couple times a day or even just once a day, you're going to follow 20 to 25 people. And I'm saying just no more than that because you're going to this is going to be like a power, however long it takes you. Like this is like a thing that you do all in one, or try to at least, I guess. So 20 to 25 accounts you're going to follow. And how you're going to do this is the girl in the Beachbody Champions page video, she said she's a really big fan of Oreos. She said, I know they're not healthy, but I freaking love Oreos. And so I go to the Oreo account. And I'll go to a recent post or to their followers, and I'll just go down the list and follow 20. Like she doesn't like go to their page and like comment and like and that stuff. She'll just follow 20. And so when I've been doing this, I've been going to an account. I've been, I think, using Amazon Fashion because I buy a lot of clothes off of Amazon, and I love Amazon Fashion. So I've been going to the Amazon Fashion account, clicking on posts of like clothing items or whatever that I like. And I've just been like judging off of their name and their profile picture. So hopefully it's somebody in the United States because I've gotten so many people that are like outside of the United States, and so I've just been judging off that, and then I'll just quick go down 20 to 25. And then the next day, or the next time you do this or the next day, you're going to go and you're going to unfollow them. And this part kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, but I've been doing this for a couple days, and it is helping it really is bringing more people to my page, and it feels like way less work. So you're going to go unfollow them. And how you do that, you're going to, I've shared this before, but you're going to go to your profile, click on following. So I clicked on my following, and these two up and down arrows right here, you click on them and you click the date, the latest that you followed them, and it's going to be the last people that you followed. And then, you know, kind of like, I know, like I followed Ed Milet recently, and I know he's somebody that I want to follow. So he's like my rule of thumb, like, okay, when I get to him, like I know that I don't want to unfollow him and then everyone above him kind of thing. So just kind of pay attention to that. But then I just will go and unfollow them the next time I come and I do this again. This will be the first thing I do is I'll unfollow and then start at the top or whatever. So you're going to unfollow them. Okay. So follow 20 to 25. You're going to unfollow them the next time you do this or the next day or whatever. Then the next step is you're going to engage. So 1, follow and follow. 2, engage. So you're going to refresh, go to your Instagram homepage, refresh it, and you're just going to like the first 25 photos. I mean, past, if you see somebody's photo a couple times, you know, pass them, but the first 25 photos. So open your Instagram right now, and you're just going to, and just double tap 25 photos. We're going to do this live time just to get more stuff in. And usually if you do this, like when you follow new people, some of the new people that you followed, their stuff will be, when you refresh it, they'll be up there. I've learned that when I do this, like some people, I'll see like 10 of their posts, and I'm like, get out of here. Yeah, and right now we're just double tapping and liking. We'll get to more comment stuff later. And even if you see people who like they're already doing Beachbody programs or other coaches, it's okay to like their stuff, because maybe the person doing Beachbody programs doesn't have a coach, or you know, maybe their coach isn't supportive, or maybe it's another coach and then you can support each other. Like it's okay for coaches to support each other too. Okay, so first 25 photos that pop up in your feed, just double tapping. The next thing that we're going to do is, we won't do all of them, but leave 10 compliments. And so to do this, what we're going to do though, is you're going to click the heart button where like your notifications pop up to on the bottom. And you're going to scroll all the way down and then scroll up a little till you get to the section that's suggested for you. And the people that follow you, this is just, you know, to break up whose stuff you're commenting on, to change it up a little bit. You're going to go and you're going to do those people, if some of them, because not everyone under the suggested list follows you. Some of them are just suggestions, but some of them, you know, a lot of them do follow you. So use this list to kind of start off of for leaving 10 compliments. And for this, I want you to get into the habit of like, actually, I was talking with one of my success partners today, and she was saying how she got in the habit of just like reading the first line and just like trying to like quick comment something. But like, I want you to do this and really work on like leaving genuine comments, reading people's stuff, and not just like, you know, like, yeah, get through it, like it's a business activity, but also like being a human being and engaging with people how you'd want to. Like, it's only 10 compliments, you know, it's not like you're spending an hour doing this. So go through these suggested for you area And then once you kind of go through that, or if you don't have any more that you can go through, you can follow some of the people if you're not following them, if you want to. And then also, go to your photos and the people who liked your stuff and engage with the people who are engaging with you too. So start there and then kind of start going through, whether you scroll your feed or you look through your followers list to find people. Just leave 10 compliments. However you find 10 people to do that with, 10 compliments. Okay. And then the next one is tag a friend. So in content that's like, so for me, I love every single day I go to Trent Shelton's page because his stuff is so inspiring to me and it just like hits home so hard. And so that stuff is inspirational to me, or somebody who really truly inspires me. And this stuff, I do try to kind of stay away from coaches, other like top coaches stuff. And I'll tag like challengers, like current customers or somebody who I'm talking to, letting them know just to like, I'm thinking of you. Like, I know you're going through something and I think this post will be really helpful. So in that kind of way, tag people in their stuff. And then Instagram's out, they like it when you're doing all the things that they have to offer. So this is basically what this checklist is covering all the basis of like what you can do on Instagram to help with the algorithm. But also you're networking with people in a really simple way. So find something that, whether it's you scroll through your feed or you'll have a big account that you like to follow, maybe it's Rachel Hollis or, someone that's like inspirational to you, and tag someone. Maybe it's just somebody you've been talking to, a customer of yours, or, whatever, just tag them. And then, or it can even be like your own stuff. If you write something and you're like, you know what, I think this would really help whoever, I'm going to tag them in this and say, like thinking of you or something like that. Okay, so tag a friend. The next one is bookmark posts. And so again, this is just another feature that Instagram uses. Like what content is currently valuable to you. And so then this is stuff that, you can share in your Instagram stories. You're sharing valuable content that's hitting home with you and you can relate to other people that are maybe going through the same thing. But where you click the little flag button, and then if you go to your profile, click the 3 lines at the top and click on saved. If you've ever saved any, you can create folders. So you have all this stuff that you can go to, for inspiration, or you can share with somebody who's maybe going through something and just putting out value out there and sharing it. It's so huge when you share valuable stuff like this that's from somebody else to your stories, just for the act of sharing and paying that kind of forward. And like I said, again, it's another feature that Instagram has, and the more features of theirs that you're using, the better your the whole algorithm is for you. So bookmark posts. And then the last one is networking with your current following. So really going to people that are watching your stuff and like watching their stuff and looking at people who are liking your posts and people who are following you, and just, engaging with them, and maybe, it'll lead to an invite or whatever. So this is all to network, to help grow your following, and then to engage with people. And, by creating engaging posts and creating more polls and more reasons for people to come to your stories and all of that stuff, and then doing all these things that Instagram has to offer on top of growing your feed, and then making it easier to slip in an invite because you're already connecting with people. So hopefully then they start watching your stuff, and then when you go through, the likes on your post or the people who are watching your stories to do your invites or whatever, that number should start to rise. And like I said, I recently started doing this, but I was losing like 10 followers a day, and it's finally started climbing. So I think this morning I was at like 8,863, and I'm at 8,882. So that was like almost 20 in a day, which that's probably high compared to like what it'll continue to be. But I know a couple other people that have been doing this, and it's been, like I said, it's just a lot of top coaches have said that's what they spend the most time doing is growing their network and engaging with people to warm them up, because they're going to be cold when they come in. And getting people to know, like, and trust you, and like being a human being. And I know, like, when Ashley had said to me, like, you can't be a successful coach if you don't care about people, if you're not like an actual like kind person. And I just think this is just so simple. Like, I've been doing it for the past couple of days, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it goes by so quick. It's growing my following. Like, I'm actually doing that, checking off that box on the activity tracker of engaging with people and, whatever, growing my network and everything. And it just has worked so well. So give it a shot. And then in the Beachbody Champions page, if you're not part of that, make sure you request to be part of that, because when I share the training, you will not be able to see that if you're not part of that page, if that makes sense. But Beachbody Champions page has a lot of really great, like, a lot of coaches will come in there and do a power hour, and so many of them do different styles of power hour. They tell you how they invite, how they follow up, all of that kind of stuff. So if you're ever like, okay, I'm just kind of stuck on what to do right now, go into the Beachbody Champions page. But if you go in there and in the search bar you type networking, it'll be like the first video that pops up. And again, it's an hour long, and she goes into way more depth than I did, but those same steps. Okay, do you guys have any questions? Did that feel pretty like straightforward? And like, it's just so simple. I've done it like 3 or 4 times a day, different cycles. Awesome. Yeah, super, something that you can do like in the morning that's kind of mindless too. Awesome. Yeah, that's literally all I have for you. That was a quick, easy, painless call. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. Tia, we're just finishing up, but I'll post the recording ASAP so that you can go through it right away. The other thing is, if you're not on a team cup team, you have like 1 more week or something like that. And if you get on a team, you have to be on a team, and then you're going to get 2 promo codes next month to help you kind of kick off in February. So that's super helpful, super huge. What else? I think that's really it. Make sure you get registered for Team Cup. I'll post in the page. So if you're not on one, whether you're on the recording or whatever, that you can hopefully get one. And then I will also post the link for the call that's at 8, so in a half hour, with Trina Gray on whatever she's talking about. And there will also be a recording for that. So I'm going to do a quick boomerang. Okay. 1 on 3. On 3. 1, 2, 3. You guys are the worst, but I love you so much. This is terrible. I'm keeping it. It's gold. Okay, thank you guys for hopping on. Have a good night.